Yo, what is going on, guys? DwG here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys my thoughts on COD 4 Remastered from day one of its life cycle, and man, I am super hyped about this game. I personally wasn't around back when the original COD 4 came out, which is actually crazy to think how long ago this game came out. It came out in 2007, so it's almost been a decade since the original game came out, which is nuts to think about. But the reason I'm so hyped is simply because this is the game that kicked off competitive and just Call of Duty as a whole. So to see this game basically back in its prime gets me super excited for this year in terms of COD. But with all that being said, let me talk about what I think about the game based on a couple of hours I've played of it. And honestly, this game feels exactly like the original COD 4, just with improved graphics and a few new features such as the nuclear, which they decided to add into the game, as well as the new inspect feature, which is pretty dope. But the grenades are still godlike in this game, as well as the M16 being one burst central, unless the person you were shooting has Juggernaut, which is quite possibly the most annoying perk on the planet. It's basically like having a permanent painkiller, which for those who don't know, painkiller is a death streak in Modern Warfare 2, to where if you were to die like 5 times in a row, I don't know the exact amount of deaths you need to get it, but you would end up with painkiller for like 10 seconds when you first spawn, and it basically doubles your health, making it a lot more difficult for you to win a gunfight against somebody who's using it. Which means if you're on a streak and you end up in a gunfight with someone who is using Juggernaut and you're not, you're most likely going to lose a gunfight if the other person doesn't miss their shots, so it can be really annoying when it comes down to streaks. But Raven Studios, or the developers of the remastered version of COD 4, have nothing to do with this. Juggernaut was in the original game, and it honestly isn't too bad, because all you need to do is throw on Juggernaut yourself, and you basically counter anyone who's also using it. It's just an annoying perk, and I'd rather have Juggernaut than weapon variants that have the ability to give you a game-ending streak if you have the variant, which needs to be obtained through supply drops, which have a very low chance of giving you the variant, forcing you to pay to get the variant, making the game pay to win. Wink wink, Infinite Warfare. Speaking of Infinite Warfare, I'm still going to be giving that game a chance. I'm still going to be playing competitive on that. I know for a fact I'm going to be playing competitive on that game. But the fact that weapon variants are in that game are just super annoying. I don't know personally if they're going to be really game breaking or not. We're only one day into the game, so we'll figure out later if they're going to be horribly game breaking, but hopefully they're not too bad. I'm pretty sure they made it to where a lot of the guns are only able to get in supply drops. I may be wrong with that, but the way they had it in the beta, it was like the salvage system, to where you can get most of them in there, which is pretty cool. I like that system. But if it's literally just getting them through supply drops and you can't use the salvage to get them, then the game's gonna be freaking shit. But back to the topic at hand, Modern Warfare Remastered, I honestly don't have that much to say about this game. The game's beautiful with the new graphics, and it feels the exact same as the original game. And that's basically all I have to say about it. If IW ends up being completely terrible, we can always just come play this, because we do know this is going to be a good COD. Thank Jesus they didn't balls this up. Raven Studios was a really good company, though. They were actually listening to the community a lot. Like, a lot of the community was complaining about the headshot icon, and they actually listened and changed it. So Raven Studios are a really good company. I'm very glad they're the company that's remastering this game, because they do tend to listen to the community very well. But with all this being said, I'm going to leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'll have an Infinite Warfare Zombies First Impressions video out tomorrow. The reason I'm not making one on multiplayer is just because I already have gameplay from the beta on my channel, and I doubt the game is too different from the beta. If there is anything significantly different from the beta, I'll make a video about it. For example, the snipers had a lot changed about it. I might make a video on them. But with that, I'll leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. One last thing, I forgot to talk about this in a video, I'm pretty sure, but I do plan on playing a lot of game battles and UMGs on both Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, and posting a lot of that on my channel, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.